Man, that is so juicy.
Wow, incredibly juicy.
That is so juicy.
Wow, incredibly juicy.
Strolling in the darkness, yeah, all night. Need nobody's help, cause I'm my own light. I just wanna be somebody in my life. But the race is peaceful, so I don't know how to put up a fight. Against my struggles, but I'm putting up all my might. Against my problems, but I don't let mine go out of my sight. But still, sometimes I waver, but I promise I keep up. I keep moving, this ain't over until goodbye. I miss the darkness, I see a shimmer of cold light of light. Come to the sky and soar above, oh high goodbye. I miss the darkness, I see a shimmer of cold light of light. Come to the sky and soar above, oh high. I hope you're ready for bars. Lost direction and I got no pole star. Was fighting alone, yeah, I got these scars. Was going to episode, darkness game over. Not over, I was high with bad emotions. Now it's time for me to get sober. Yeah, I failed and fell down many times. Not ashamed of it, not gonna cover. In life you gotta take a step. Walk the right path, follow your map. Sometimes strangers
Gaming Morning Show.
Tell your friends, tell your mom, Gaming Morning Show is on.
Wait,
Austin, your mom is here?
No.
Why did I look over where Bob is?
Austin, your mom is here?
Is she over there?
I sure hope not.
Is she in the box?
Whoa.
I haven't seen her in like 2 days.
Get out of here, Beelin. I just got the new marble tile installed and you'll mess up the grout. Besides, like our friend Oh Guitar Boy said,
Sorry, KK.
it's time for the clinically acclaimed gaming morning show. Or should I say, award-winning.
And we have a clip of the year, friends. It is the Lost City of D live.
Glad we won.
Woo! Burp, burp, burp.
Kiki Lo is in search of something.
I need a D that works.
There's the D searching in the universe because the D is currently broken.
Gaming Morning Show won clip of the year.
Oh my gosh.
But don't you dare expect to put that Chris Emmy clip, Emmy Memorial Clip of the Year trophy in this
I
box.
probably should have prepared something more special.
I'm getting the walls repainted soon. Now where to put the chandelier or the bearskin rug? Oh, and the piano, can't forget that.
Maybe there is somebody in the world that can help her. Maybe somebody who sings a song.
6 to 9 a.m. Pacific. If you wanna get specific, I couldn't imagine any other place to go than to start the day with the Gaming Morning Show.
Morning, gamer. Welcome in, Gaming Morning Show. It is the Wednesday edition on March 23rd, 2022. Thanks for being along with us wherever you may be. Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and at gamingmorningshow.tv. As look, it's Mike O, bottom left side of your screen. Sports.gaming hanging out in the top left corner of your screen. I am a very tired, hefty goof on the right side of your screen. We got a sick kid in the household, so it kept me up all night. We'll talk more in just a second. We have this day in gaming history at the bottom part of the first hour. It's not the bottom of the hour, it's 6:50, which is closer to the top of the hour than the bottom of the hour. But if you're looking at a clock, then why aren't you looking at a digital clock? Why are we even looking at analog clocks anymore? They don't really exist that much. So birthdays coming up as well today. We'll do those. And Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming News. I don't know why I had to use a threatening pin point at you, like, oh, I'm going to use the red pin on your gaming news. So, whatever.
Coincidentally, the gaming news closer to the bottom of the hour.
It's very close to the bottom of the hour. You almost could say it is at the bottom of the hour. It's strange. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's going to be fun, though. I promise you. We'll also have a list of the day next hour and some other stuff coming up on this edition of the show. Tonight is GMS After Dark, too, so set your clocks at the left side of the hour. That's at 4:45 p.m. Pacific time. You find it yet, Mike?
I can't find the clock.
You've been looking all over. Up, down, left, right, sideways. Which ways?
I think somebody took it. I mean, that's my guess. Is someone stole the clock? Clock stealers.
In reality, I mean, you know probably as well as I do that because of daylight savings time, even if you found the clock, it would be wrong. So.
Yeah, more than likely. I think I sent in the group chat the other day a picture because I found a clock that was wrong, and I was very upset by it. I was so upset that I didn't change it. So it'll be fine in November. So
maybe. But then it potentially could be wrong again forever next spring.
Doubtful. that would involve the government doing things.
The lack of faith,
which we all know isn't their favorite pastime.
Hey, there you go. No, yeah, my son's had a cough for a really long time, and last night, just seemed like could not stop coughing. So I think I finally went to bed at 2:03 in the morning, which, as you know, for me means it's now Thursday. Because I basically didn't sleep last night because I go to bed so early. Oof.
Is today really Thursday?
Today is Wednesday, March.
Oh, fun. Let me see.
I mean, heck. I mean, talk about unexpected week so far. I have this that we're going through. By the way, I just want to say Hefty Wife's a rock star. Just bottom line, full stop, rock star. But you finally got more AOL minutes, and you're back on the show, so that's exciting.
Finally, yeah. I was waiting for the CD to come in yesterday, and it didn't get here until later. It was pretty ridiculous. So I was like, come on, I got to put it in the CD-ROM and then dial up the internet. And then whenever I would like get connected, Megan would pick up the phone. I'd be like, stop picking up the phone. She's like, but I have to call somebody. Well, you can call them later. I'm late. She's like, oh, okay. And then I remembered, oh no, wait, I didn't put in the CD. I'm using that as a coaster. Then I had to put the CD in the drive again. Then I had to find the drive on my PC because it doesn't have one. So I just jammed it in a crack, and now we're good.
The streaming computer that we use for the show has a Blu-ray drive, but I had disconnected it when we were getting ready to start the show because it wasn't needed. Oh no, when I upgraded the processor and stuff, because I didn't want to waste any of the power supply just to make sure I had enough. I don't know if that's how computers work, but that's why it's disconnected. Point being, we were getting ready for our father-in-law's memorial earlier this month, and someone's like, does anyone have a CD drive? And I'm like, no, it doesn't work in mine. This new computer that I have over here has like a little slider thing on the front, and if you slide it over the top of the USB ports, it shows that it has a disk drive.
Oh, wow.
It's
like a
fancy.
3.5-inch disk drive?
Like a floppy drive?
Oh, wow.
Oh, it has a CD-ROM, but I just couldn't believe that it had one. And the front of the computer didn't look like it did, so it's bizarre.
You sneaky thing.
Kate Zaid is here this morning. Apparently it was a low, and Sports Gaming had to go rescue Kate Zaid and the pre-show crew.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was quiet in here when I showed up. Mm-hmm. I sent her a song, a video to keep her company.
The good news is Downs showed up right at 6 o'clock. Not used to this the stupid 1 p.m. GMS. I can't wait until next week. Downs said, I forgot the stupid clocks are stupid. Sorry, man, Downs really upset.
Downs didn't hear that starting next week we're starting the show an hour earlier, so it's going to end up being the same.
Actually, we're not going to tell them when we start. It might be an hour earlier, it might be an hour later, it might be on time. You just got to get here, Downs, for the whole thing.
We're relying on your telepathy or whatever that is, your intuition.
Your ESPN.
ESPN.
Your ESPN together.
Today is National Melba Toast Day. Jack is here this morning dropping an automatic food moron to you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
What's for breakfast?
Oh, food.
You can have some Melba toast?
I have some waffles chilling for Gaming Morning News.
Is Melba toast something I should know what it is?
Toast from Melba.
Thank you. National Puppy Day. Please don't eat them.
They're sleeping.
I like how you
one of them sleeping.
Were you contemplating, Mike?
Eating them?
Yeah.
No, they're not very meaty. They wouldn't be a good meal.
National Chip and Dip Day. This is a pretty okay day if you like dips.
Chip and dip. Eat your face now. Remember that Disney show, Chip and Dip? Chip and Dip Rescue Rangers.
They're now in 3D. And differently animated.
Melba toast is made by lightly toasting slices of bread under a grill. The resulting toast is then sliced laterally. These thin slices are then returned to the grill with the untoasted sides towards the heat source, resulting in toast half the normal thickness. Top of my head.
It's World Maths Day, and this one's interesting because Downs said, "Do you know how much maths I have to do to figure out the timeout of
6
on my clock in my car? I have to either add 20 minutes or 1 hour and 20, depending on the time of the year that converts to 24-hour measurement, and then I am close to the real time."
Some good maths.
Yeah, I think Kate had the right idea though. Maybe you should, change your clock.
National Near Miss Day, National Tamale Day, National Chia Day, and World Meteorological Day.
Do you have a stroke right there?
I just said the word World Meteorological Day.
It's fair.
Do it again.
Okay. It's National Tamale Day, as we talked about. National Chia Day, right?
Okay.
And World Meteorological Day.
Great. Good. I like that.
I'm not necessarily trying to say it differently, but it for some reason requires me to slow down. I feel like I sound like the folks from the Californians skit on Saturday Night Live. What are you doing here? Nice. Tay.
The way you say it is like if you've ever been mowing your grass and like for whatever reason your lawnmower is just like it's like about to die and it's like and then it goes again. That happens to you like right in the middle of that word. You're just like and then you're back in.
I need more gas. Hey, today's topic of the day is very overseas centric. The PlayStation 3 is 15 today in the UK, Europe, and Australia. What's the best game you've ever played in the last 15 years? And just as a side, since we do have folks who join us from the UK, why is it in the... This is written by kpolson.com, which is where we get our This Day Gaming History. Why is it written in the UK, Europe, and Australia? Like, isn't the UK part of Europe?
Nope.
Or is that because... Well, no, because this would have been written
Brexit.
pre-Brexit, though. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
All right.
Maybe Kate Paulson is like, she knows. Her ESPN's really good.
Well, it's not like they left the continent. They're still part of Europe.
No, they totally did. They're like, okay, we're out. They just pack up your toast and tea. We're moving.
They just swam away.
They moved 85 meters to the left.
It's 16 too many meters.
Kind of like that island where the trash was. Oh, come on, drive. Do something.
Mike, push the gas pedal.
Drive. Oh, I want my...
Mike!
Oh, God. I'll do this again.
Mike!
No,
oh, you jumped?
Uh-oh,
you
I'm
jumped?
on my head. There we go.
Go,
okay.
Mike! Yeah,
I have
Mike!
to use the mouse and keyboard for a second here. oh, spinning.
In a stunning turn of events, we're still not losing.
Oh.
Didn't see that coming. Downs is telling us we usually have a release date closer to the USA than in Europe. I wouldn't have guessed that.
A release date for what?
For like items, I think, like PlayStation 3. Yeah, I went 15 years because that's the age of the PlayStation 3, and I'm trying to think of like my favorite PlayStation 3 game. Because I realized it was unfair to ask, what's your favorite PlayStation 3 memory? Because not everybody had one, right? But you might have played a game over the last 15 years that really stood out. Because I can't count like Mortal Kombat 3 because, well, that game was before 15 years.
Leroy Jenkins scored.
I mean, it's Leroy Jenkins 365, so it sounds like more of a verb. Like
there's only one of them here. There's the other ones have stayed home. Whoa. That was like a knuckle ball.
Mm-hmm.
Knuckle puck.
Knuckle puck, yeah. The Mighty Ducks.
There you go, Keenan. Or Kel, which...
That was Keenan.
I think it was Keenan. Yeah, Keenan did the knuckle.
Keenan and Kel got reunited for like a Tonight Show bit.
But does it feel so good?
Yeah. Felt great. Although I never watched, what was it, Good Burger?
Keenan and Kel. think it was the Keenan and Kel show, wasn't it?
No, sorry, the place where they work, where he was like, "Welcome to Good Burger."
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
There you go. They did a skit like that on Jimmy Fallon. K-Laugh is here. It's good to see you. Our head of research and development checking in this morning. Factorio or Minecraft is the answer. Best game in the last 15 years.
I know what Minecraft is. Factorio, I don't know what that is.
Sean.
Minecraft.
Do you not know what Factorio is either?
I know it by name, but I don't really know much about it other than it exists.
I think Leroy Jenkins.
What is Factorio?
It's a game for the PS3.
Well, a factorial is in mathematics the factorial of a non-negative integer denoted by n exclamation point is the product of all positive integers less than or equal to n. The factorial of n also equals the product of n, which the next smaller factorial. For example, the value of the number 0 followed by an exclamation point.
Exclamation point.
Yeah, so 3 factorial is
So
3
you have
times
to,
2
like-
times 1.
You have to like rescue the princess or something? What?
Mike's in
I don't
math
think
class.
I don't think that's... It might.
And the teacher's like, please solve for X. And Mike's like, save the princess?
Koopa? I mean, Factorio kind of sounds like Mario. Just saying.
Oh, maybe it was a quiz show about the Mario Brothers. Today on Factorio, we ask you about why the princess was in another castle.
Your brain just out of nowhere forgot every Mario for that second.
Meteorological day. K-Lab says, per store page, Factorio is a game about building and creating automated factories that produce items of increasing complexity with an infinite 2D world. And there's a free demo.
Sounds like rescuing the princess.
I mean, honestly, the best game I think I've played in the last 15 years is A Way Out, which is not on the PlayStation 3, but, you know, still in the last 15 years, A Way Out was a blast.
It was a lot of fun.
Because I got to play it with my brother-in-law.
That was back when we played games just for fun. No one was watching us.
I mean, they didn't want to tell you, but chat was there the whole time.
Creepy.
They happen to know where we live, and they happen to be there before the show was even on the air. They're still there. If you turn around.
No, it's
Never mind. It's just a window. I'm sure there's nothing back there, so don't worry about it. There you go. We lost our first game of Rocket League, which will happen, but the good news, we got the news coming up very, very shortly. Jack goes, I love how Ryan's car is all pixelated. Cool effect. Oh, I see what you're saying. I played so many RPGs on the PlayStation 3. I think that was the era I transitioned from fighting games to narrative-driven.
Oh.
Any RPG
You gotta
players?
drive it. Gotta drive it. Don't drive it too fast, though.
or else the narrative will crash.
Yeah.
Downs goes for nearly anything, film, music, games. I don't know why, but maybe it's to do with translations, and maybe they get done after first release. This goes back to things releasing earlier in the UK. Downs goes, I've always been watching you, Sean.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
Watch out. All right, let's get the news. Good morning to you, True Mega. Here's hashtag video game expert Sean.
Good morning. It is Wednesday, March 23rd, 2022, and this is your Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming News. We have a new Xbox Series S to talk about. This is one that is a special console that you would have to win. So most of us probably are not going to have this console, but it's a special Sonic the Hedgehog 2 Xbox Series S, and its controllers are furry. Yep, they're a red and blue furry controller. One to represent Knuckles and one to represent Sonic.
Like,
so
how,
if
how
you would
furry
like,
are we talking about?
like 70s style shag carpet furry.
That's really disgusting.
They look interesting.
Oh.
They look like if I play games while eating Cheetos, it's gonna get really, really gross real fast.
Or Doritos or pizza, anything. Yeah.
Anything. It's gonna be yucky. But hey, you can retweet the sweepstakes tweet and include hashtag Xbox Sonic 2 sweepstakes, or redeem Microsoft Rewards points, US only, in the console's reward app. And you could win this Xbox Series S with furry controllers.
They look very soft.
For now. Think about our grubby, sweaty hands playing with those for a few hours. They're not going to be soft anymore. They're going to be gross. And I wonder if you can take the furry part off and wash it. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about furry controllers. If you'd like furry controllers, you let us know.
Just put the whole controller in the wash. I'm sure it's fine.
Sure it'll be fine.
You heard it here first. Sports.gaming recommends washing your controllers.
The contest begins today and wraps up on April 30th. So over the next month, if you'd like to win this very special console. The console itself looks fine. The circle part of it has been made to look like a golden ring, and that's cool.
Great.
And then there's Sonic and Knuckles on it. And the console's not furry. That was a good choice. Good job not making the console furry.
Those look so gross.
They look.
Why is my console overheating all the time? Oh, because it's covered in a rug. I mean, listen, I think it's creative. I mean, I love the creativity. I just don't know what it'd be like to play games on a... They look slippery to me, to be honest.
Coating it in broken glass would also be creative. Doesn't mean it's a good idea.
But here it is. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 premieres in theaters on April 8th, by the way. And they've already greenlit a third film for the series. More Sonic on the way. I wonder what the controllers will look like for the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 tie-in.
They're gonna have tails on them.
Sounds great. In our next news story, PGA Tour has been delayed to spring 2023. This is from Ryan Dinsdale of IGN. EA has announced that its next-gen golf game, EA Sports PGA Tour, has been delayed to next year. First revealed in 2021, about a year ago now. They then pushed it back in November, and now they've pushed it back again. It was originally scheduled to be released in early 2022, but now the official Twitter page has revealed that it will now be released next spring. So, EA Sports, it's in the game eventually.
It's gonna suck. They haven't made a good one since Tiger Woods stopped. And I don't know if like Tiger Woods was the programmer that like made it okay, but like since they stopped making the Tiger Woods games, they're just not that good.
Yeah, they after Tiger Woods left, they switched to Rory McIlroy.
Apparently, he's not a good programmer.
And those got mediocre reviews. Yeah. So hopefully this one's good. And to be honest, I don't play a lot of golf games, but it doesn't help when the reviews for the golf games are not great. Because, you know, if like the current version of, I'm trying to think of something annualized, like Far Cry isn't amazing, but I like Far Cry games, I'm still going to play it. But if the current version of a golf game isn't amazing, there's no way I'm going to play it. If this EA Sports PGA Tour comes out next spring and they're like, this is the best golf game ever, I'd probably pick it up and give it a shot. So I would rather them take their time and make a really good game, so there's a chance I'd play it, but also for the fans of golf games, I'd rather it be a top-notch golf game for them. So take your time, make it good.
They were fun, and I don't understand what happened. It's like the game was great, and then they're like, you know what we should do? Ruin it. Great, that's way to go, guys.
Yep. So we'll see. And apparently we'll have some time to wait. So we'll forget all about this. And next February, I'll tell us a story about how EA Sports PGA Tour has been delayed until summer 2023. And then we'll remember this whole conversation.
Or it'll be an out today. One of the two.
In our last news story, PlayStation 5 got an update and got some new features. This is from Ryan Dinsdale of IGN. And a promise that some anticipated features will be coming in the coming months. As for the things available right now, it looks like the biggest thing that was added in this global update is the fact that users with accounts registered in the US or the UK can now use voice commands to open different apps. You can pause and play media and more by saying, "Hey, PlayStation." Kind of like Alexa by Paper Towel.
Stop, cancel. This is not
Alexa, play PlayStation.
So now you can be like, "Hey, PlayStation, open Rocket League."
You know, it's going to be really horrible. One day when you walk in your house and your PlayStation and your Alexa are talking to each other. Like, "Hey, Alexa, how are you today?" "I am doing fine, PlayStation. How are you?" "I'm good. How are we doing on paper towels?" "Well, we are doing well, but you should think about buying some more."
You're going to walk in and your Echo Dot's going to be like, "I found out that you hang out with PlayStation 5 and play games. You just make me do stuff." I'll be like, "Oh, sorry.
I'm sick of playing
Alexa."
Barry Manilow.
Soon, though, for the PlayStation, this is something people have been asking for since the PlayStation 5 launched. Variable refresh rate will be coming in the next few months. Users with HDMI 2.1 compatible TVs and PC monitors will be able to experience smoother gameplay, sharper graphics, and reduced input lag with this VRR. And this is something that was promised with the PlayStation 5, but it just hasn't happened yet. But now we know for sure that it'll be coming soon, theoretically.
Oh.
So this won't affect a ton of people, as not everyone has HDMI 2.1 compatible devices, but those that have them will definitely enjoy that feature. And always last but never least, we finish off today's gaming morning show, Morning Gaming News, with the world-renowned segment within a segment where we take a look at what is out today. Like APFTU, APF2, out on Xbox One and PC. Richie's Nightmares is out on Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Bunny Memory is out on Switch. Chippy is out on Switch. A Place for the Unwilling, which was out on something else earlier this week, is now on Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One. Animal Shelter is out on PC. Thunder Kid, Hunt for the Robot Emperor is out on Xbox One, PS4, and Switch. Shattered Pixel Dungeon is out on PC and Mac. And for the most prestigious award in video game focused morning shows, your favorite segment within a segment within a segment, today's name in the morning goes to the pizza delivery boy who saved the world. World. Out on Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, Xbox One.
In space. Space.
Okay.
Space.
I was gonna say, when Thunder Kid, Hunt for the Robot Emperor was not the winner, I had just to wonder what could be behind that, and it turns out it was the pizza delivery boy who saved the world.
No. That sounds like an 80s movie. That starred Emilio Estevez.
or Matthew Broderick.
Why not both?
Ooh, or both.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Quiet Eye Gaming is here. Good morning. Says, is that like a Paperboy sequel?
Prequel, actually.
Well, I mean, it could be a sequel because, you deliver the paper because you have a bike, right? You're younger. They let, kids run around throwing papers at 5 in the morning. Just things that we choose to do. But then you get a car, right? And now you can go deliver pizzas when you're like 15. So maybe the Paperboy grew up to be the pizza delivery boy who saved the world.
I think it was the opposite. So he was the pizza delivery guy, and then the world was ending. And then when it was over, he was like, "Oh, I can't do this anymore." So he was walking home and was really upset, and then looked over and there was this bike, and he's like, "Oh." So he went and got the bike, and then he was like, "What do I do with this?" And then he saw a sign that said, "Paperboy wanted," and he said, "Okay, I can do this. This is better." And then he did that because he had PTSD from cars. Yep. Now your one makes a lot more sense. Yeah.
There are no bad ideas. Brainstorming the Paperboy sequel or prequel. So
yeah,
funnily enough, I both delivered pizzas and newspapers
at the same time.
This is Asian.
No, I two different jobs, and I went in the pizza first, newspaper second order. So
oh, there you go.
But were you
my
on a
reality
bike
lines up?
Papers.
Yes, but I had a giant trailer full of newspapers behind me. So
it would be terrible if you got like confused. So you're doing them both at the same time, right? And then you're like going, and you start just like throwing the pizzas, and you're like, "Oh no,
you knock
not
on the door.
again."
Did you order pizza or a newspaper? Oh, both. Here you go.
Someone opens the box and there's no pizza, there's just a newspaper. Like,
You're shoving pizzas in those plastic bags.
But you're just chucking it at the house. Miss Sampson's like, "I just wanted to play the crossword."
So this ends up being a Sean autobiography? Biography?
Basically, yeah.
Wow. Then he learns the guitar.
Pick it up today. It's out. Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and Xbox One. It's our GMS name in the morning. If you miss any of the Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming News, it's pretty easy to find. Just go to our Twitter and search
Hashtag GMS Morning Gaming News.
Thank you to all of our Patreon subscribers who are with us this morning. You can become one too. Go to patreon.com/gamingmorningshow. We have 4 varieties of Patreon subscriptions if you would like to join us in that journey. We have a subscriber tier that costs less than a Twitch subscription, and then we have a Kneecap subscription, which many of our subscribers are on. They get to hang out with Mike all the time. Are they there right now, Mike?
A couple of them are over there.
Okay.
That's not yours.
Just like when we used to play games off air, and they used to watch us do that. So
Downs is over, not Downs. Axe is over there. Hey, no! Don't put that in your mouth. Okay. It's like a kid again. Good grief.
He'll even get inducted into the
Temple of the Six.
Assuming it's still there.
It is. It still exists.
Quiet's asking if the game could be called Paper Traumatic Stress Disorder.
Yep.
Nice. Great.
Someone's asking for a PGA Street, which would be a cool urban style crazy golf game. Jack said, "You mean like Hot Shots golf?" Except cool.
Except cool. You know, at the end of a Paperboy level where there's like the obstacle course and the ramps and stuff? That was not my experience when I delivered.
Yet.
You gotta wait. You gotta wait a little while, Sean.
It's never too late, Sean. It's never too late.
I'll go back to delivering papers. I'll let the clinic know.
I have to find the ramps.
It's 6:42 now. Let's see what Look It's My Ghost tracking at this hour.
Well, it's funny that you should come here because you know what one of my favorite things are? Beavers. I really like beavers. Do you like beavers? Beavers are great. Guess what? If you live in the Ook, you get some beavers now too. According to Mark Pulio from Oopie, because Ben Hooper has friends, beavers haven't roamed the streets and woods of London since the days of old Billy Shakespeare. But after over 400 years of extinction, the rodents are being reintroduced to the United Kingdom capital in a quite emotional moment. A pair of beavers temporarily named Justin Beaver and Sigourney Beaver were released into a designed enclosure at 40 Hall Farm in Enfield on March the 17th. That's correct. The beavers are a part of a 2-year plan by Enfield Council to combat the increase in major flash floods that have plagued the city in recent years. In February, Bob Ward, who's the chair of the London Climate Change Partnership, said the flood risks have turned life-threatening due to the city's outdated drainage system. There is now a real risk of people drowning, particularly in basement flats. If a major flash flood occurred in the middle of the night, he told the Observer. Oof. The problem is particularly worrying because we have no idea how many people live in basement properties in London. That's a line you don't usually hear. In a city analysis from July of 2021, a report from the London Council Task Force found that the city was dealt with more than a month's average rain on several different days. Oh my gosh. The hope is for the introduction of the beavers. The natural engineers will build dams and restore habitats that help slow down and filter water in the city's wetlands by cutting down trees and attracting other forms of wildlife. Officials hope the restoration efforts lead to a reduced downstream flooding. Back to you.
Wow. Wonder if it'll work.
I mean, Sigourney Beaver and Justin Beaver. Of course it's going to work.
Their names are Sigourney Beaver. Justin Bieber is hilarious, and then I would have never, well, probably in a million years I could have come up with this one, but I wouldn't have guessed.
Possibly 400 years.
Sigourney Beaver. Oh my gosh.
I want to know the names that were workshopped and turned down, and how long this took. It was an entire session of Parliament was spent naming the beavers.
I like that line. You're like, that's not something you hear, because we don't know how many people live in basement properties in London.
Last time I looked, it was 67. Haha.
Man, there was a joke that I cannot remember, but it's like this throwaway line that they must use where it's like, but you can't measure how many people live in a basement property in London, am I right? when they're trying to relate something to something. As my granddad always used to say, you can't measure how many people live in underground properties in London, am I right?
Gookie Luke. What kind of weird name is that, Gookie Luke? 69.
Papa Pauses here was upset because someone had said the thing about Hot Shots Golf, but cooler. Said, hey, Hot Shots Golf was fun. And I was thinking well, yeah, maybe they just meant even more cool than Hot Shots Golf was.
Okay.
Maybe. However, Papa Pauses said, I'm confident somewhere in Canada we have named a beaver Justin Bieber.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'm sure there's a lot of beavers named Justin Bieber in the world.
But how many of them are named Sigourney Beaver?
That one is phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
think I might have put the wrong disc in because my AOL is not working great.
This game seems like it's kind of laggy, but I'm not
The
getting
last
that.
one for me was super laggy too.
I'm not getting the weird icon though. We played one game yesterday where I had this like speedometer icon with an exclamation point, but I'd never seen it with other lag before, so it was really, really bizarre. It was really, really bizarre.
How bizarre?
That bizarre.
How bizarre.
Was that like the parody version of it so we don't get sued?
Yep.
It's like the MIDI version.
Hey, that's like the in thing now. Lots of people are paying for that.
Yeah, I liked MIDIs back in the day. Still do. But it's not like I turned around and started disliking them. Like, oh, MIDIs.
I don't like these anymore. There's no words. I don't even know what they're saying. Speaking of fun, like 90s anthems, nice shot. We used to go to a bar every once in a while after work in a nearby town, and there was a guy who would come for happy hour like every day. And you know the song "Return of the Mac"? Here it is, "Return of the Mac."
Yes, it is.
So they had the jukebox where you could play things like via your phone.
Oh yeah.
And he would request and start playing the song before he came into the bar. And then he would like walk in, like push the doors open like he was like a wrestler. And he would do it literally every time, and I was always like, wow. I don't know if I'm like impressed or like, ugh. It's weird, you know. But you'd sit there and you'd hear like "Return," and he's like, oh god, this guy again.
What was this person's name?
I couldn't tell you. Guy.
Please tell me it was Mac.
It's probably Mac or Max or Mark or Tom or Philip. I don't know.
Return of the Mac or Irk. Like trying to make Mark out of Mac.
As it's playing, you just hear somebody yelling, "Mark!"
Return of the
Mark. What? Return of the Alex. What? Someone's just yelling names now.
See, so I love those
Makes sense.
jukebox. You know, these are like, well, obviously internet era, so fairly recent, where you can, you know, buy credits on your phone because I never have like dollar bills or anything or coins.
Who does?
And so I love the fact that those exist, but you have to also wait in queue. So that means that this person had the timing where there was never anyone else using the jukebox.
Or he sat in his car for like 45 minutes waiting for it to now playing Return of the Mac.
Did this person have a stage manager?
Why are you never home? Why are you never home on time? You know how long the queue is on Thursday?
His friends are like, "Hey Mac, when are you gonna come to the bar?" He's like, "I don't know, sometime between 5 and 8, depending on how busy it is."
There's someone in the bar like scoping things for him. Like, all right, Mac, you have 3 minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you, 3 minutes. Who's this 3 minutes, and why do they keep talking in my ear?
Why is there a chorus line? You have backup singers?
Are those sparklers? That's gonna set off the smoke alarm.
Hey, look, everyone, it's Rick. Yeah, Rick's opening for Mac today.
Return of the Rick. That's my thing. What's that guy doing?
He stole my song? He stole my song. This is this first hour overtime nonsense. We don't have time for this.
Well, if the ball would stay in one place and stop skipping, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was perfect.
See, what's funny is on my screen, that was nowhere near the goal.
Oh, no.
So it could have been great. It could have been terrible.
The fact that we're actually, like, tied then is probably pretty miraculous, considering Mike can't see anything.
Who's this person? What are you doing? Oh. We have an Amazon delivery from, like, a car person.
Oh, that is Amazon 1?
Amazon car. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Amazon
Thank
Edge.
you. I shouldn't yell Mark right now, should I? Mark!
Return of the Mark. The Amazon.
Would you like a theme song?
The guy from the bar is now an Amazon delivery driver, and waits to deliver the packages until the song comes on the jukebox.
Nice.
Oh
work.
gosh! Oh, I put that on my controller.
No faith. No faith.
Again, there was nobody anywhere near that, and then suddenly there was a save. So
I teleported. It's fine.
you got the lag switch. Oh man.
We got birthdays this day in gaming history coming up. I promise. It's actually going to happen.
Birthdays. People have birthdays.
Just stick around. It's on its way.
So I don't. At this same place one night we were watching USA Jamaica in a CONCACAF World Cup qualifier, and there was these. We were trying to watch it, and there was these dudes who were such buttholes. They were giant douche marks. And they kept being like, put on a real sport. Soccer's for little kitty cats, but they use the other word. And they're just like, they were being real a-holes. And when we left, he put like $25 worth of the same song. And I forget, it was like some really terrible, obnoxious song on the jukebox, but he just requested it over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I always wondered, like, what if they enjoyed that? Like, what if they're like, yes, best song? Or if they're like, I hate everything.
They listen to songs like my kids watch movies. Just the same thing over and over and over.
Over and over and over again. But yeah, I always thought that was really funny. So I was like, man, doesn't pay to be a jerk, does it? It was like Barbara Streisand, Funny Girl or something. I don't remember.
I'm so happy that we ended up winning that game because I was running into Sean like nobody's business in that overtime period. Like, bullying, Sean. Bullying.
I got an awesome new topper. What? Yeah, I did. Let's wait till the next game chat.
Yeah, next hour we'll show you the new topper from Look, It's Myco. It's 6:54 West Coast time. It's 9:54 out east. It's 1:54 for those watching GMS in the afternoon. Thanks for being here. Bear's ready to rock. We're going to open up the window, and we're going to show you just how ready he is. Because it's Bear time. Show me your face time. Bear with your iPhone that you have. Not mine, but yours. Bear time.
It was a good one.
This is Ryan's been awake, went to bed way too late. Poem. I actually saw. Did you happen to stay in a Discord channel all night long, or were you up until like 3 a.m. working on something?
Oh no, that wasn't on purpose.
Okay, because I was scanning my Discord. This is how late I was up. Because at this point we were just waiting for my son, who's sick. That's the reason we were up, to fall asleep. Is I'd rounded Twitter. Like, I'd gotten through the whole feed, and I couldn't, like, no one was tweeting.
You read all of Twitter?
Yes. So
That's incredible.
I went to Discord at 2 a.m. and I saw your name in the voice channel. I was like, oh no, Sean's still messing with stuff. Oh my gosh, we're gonna be so tired. Let's do birthdays this day in gaming history. Hey, we got 2 audience birthdays today. One of which
sure
is,
do.
Like, very loyal regular. In fact, Patreon subscriber. That is the one, the only DungeonMeowsterKJ.
Woo! Temple of the Sixth birthday. Woo!
Do you like put balloons out in the Temple of the Six for kneecap subscriber birthdays?
I don't think you can do that in Minecraft. They should put some balloons in there. Stupid Minecraft.
Does that KJ get like a cake or something?
Yeah, sure. I'll figure out how to put balloons in there.
Cake would be easy. Throw a cake in there.
You know, a balloon would probably be fairly easy too. You just put a colored block up and then put like a whatchamacallit, like a fence post under it, and it looks like a balloon.
Truly, KJ, it's been an honor to get to know you over the last year or so, and happy birthday. Hope it's a great one today on the 23rd of March to Dungeon Master KJ. It's your birthday song. It isn't very long. And we haven't seen this individual for a while. Three Dinners has a birthday today as well. I met Three Dinners, I think originally from like a Kiki Low stream back in the day, but Three Dinners has been around GMS often, and to Three Dinners. It's your birthday song. It isn't very long. Any other birthdays, chat? Or may we proceed?
It's this Kazoo's birthday.
Are you celebrating weekly birthdays with your Kazoo?
Daily, generally. Yeah, every day we're like, hey, happy birthday.
Sean
Kazoo.
became it.
I don't want it to be so big.
That's what he said.
Is Bear Bear gonna hold a balloon under a storm drain?
Wait, watch.
That's for you, KJ, and dinner. There you go.
Congrats, Sean blew up a balloon.
It's it looks balloon shaped, but it's really a rectangular shaped balloon. That white part's part of the balloon.
Yep.
Pop.
It's multi-dimensional.
My gosh.
Celebrity birthday today.
Multi-dimensional.
Singer Chaka Khan turned 69 today.
Nice.
Nice.
Aww. She has 22 Grammy nominations. And also 10 wins.
Hey, it played the game for us, though.
Boo.
That's not nice.
Let's see. Catherine Keener turned 63.
Oh wow. She used to be married to actor Dermot Mulroney.
Okay. Do we know
Dermot
who's
Mulroney?
Dermot Mulroney?
He's an actor that used to be married to Catherine Keener. Catherine, what? She was in the movie with Ryan Reynolds that Chris made me watch. The Adam Project. It's out on Netflix. It's really good. Watch it. Super cheesy. Super cheesy.
I like cheese.
No, good. It was great. Wonderful. Fantastic. Woo.
You made that sound like Chris was like putting you down in a chair, strapping you to the chair and saying, "You're going to watch this movie."
I mean, that's kind of accurate. Like, he wrote it in all caps with exclamation points. So it's basically the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Actor Randall Park turns 48.
Jimmy Woo. So good. Agent Woo. He has appeared in film. Thanks, Theo. He's appeared in both Marvel and DC as comic characters. However, he's made his money in as Agent Woo in the Marvel universe. He really, really needs his own show, like the X-Files, where he like goes and looks for galactic things, solves crimes. With him and Darcy, and then throw Wong in there as well from Doctor Strange. That would be a great trio. I'd watch the holy heck out of that show.
I'd watch that. That sounds delightful.
Me too.
Yep, you love him the most.
Just want to hang
Ryan
out with
texts me all the time. He's like, "Hey, did you see that Jimmy Woo scene? It was so great. Agent Woo's the best." I'm like, "I haven't seen that yet, Ryan. I'm shocked."
Breaking news. This guy. I just want to hang out. Actress Michelle Monaghan is 46 today.
So it is Monaghan, but how in the heck do you get that from that?
You gotta just swallow. You gotta swallow that G.
Monaghan. Man, there's like Debbie Downer today over here. Scenes she shot for the film Constantine were cut from the final release.
Maybe
Great.
that's why it was so bad.
So
bad. Actress Kerry Russell is 46 today.
One of her first TV roles was in an episode of Boy Meets World. And then they fired her from the show.
Get out of here.
Get out of here, Felicity.
Victoria Pedretti. It's 27 today.
She really likes fruit, I think. She went to Carnegie Mellon University. I think they learned about fruit there.
Different type of melon.
Oh.
We've got a drummer birthday.
It's been a while, but we have 2 drummer birthdays. Kevin Griffin of Yankee Gray is 57.
I love them in Family Guy.
And John Humphrey of the Nixons is 52.
They were so good in the White House. Also, it's Richard Grieco's 57th birthday of 21 Jump Street fame. Not the new movie, kids. Go back and watch the old shows.
Back in my day.
Richard Grieco is awesome.
Today is no longer with us birthday for William Kidd, who was a pirate. Later on became a cowboy. Changed his name to Billy. Great. It's Billy the Kid.
There was actually the Children's Museum here in Indianapolis, whatever. Has been heralded by many as one of the top in the country. And they have a section where they have these like archaeologists that use shipwrecks, and they use all this technology to like get all the crusties off. And Captain Kidd's one of his cannons were there, and they were getting the crusties off. Now the crusties are gone, and they like shipped it somewhere. Now they just have like a piece of metal in there, which is probably lame.
My favorite part of that was when you said it's one of the best in the world, or whatever. You're like, put your hand out like this, like it's one of the best in the world. Like just so fancy, like
yeah.
We're gonna wind now with Mike and hear about this museum. This day in gaming history, 1995, Reno, Nevada, the American Coin Machine Exposition is held. Williams Bally / Midway unveils the Mortal Kombat 3 arcade game, and my life was changed forever.
Not a lawsuit.
2003, Nintendo releases the Game Boy Advance SP in North America. Price $99.95 US. Case colors available are cobalt, blue metallic, and platinum, silver.
Oh.
2004,
blue metallic and silver.
Ubisoft, don't call me Ubisoft, puts out Splinter Cell Pandora tomorrow for Xbox. That same year, 1 year after the release of the Game Boy Advance SP in North America, over 6.5 million units had been sold, which is a record for any game system in history.
Nice.
Wow.
Two.
I wonder if that's changed. That was back in 2004. 2006, Sony ceases production of games for the original PlayStation because in 2007, which is what we're talking about today, the PlayStation 3 launched in the UK. Europe and Australia. The system does not include the Emotion Engine and graphics synthesizer components, making it less compatible with PlayStation titles. Price in the UK is £425. Price in Europe, €599. Opening weekend sales in the UK, 165,000. 2010, Ubisoft, don't call me Ubisoft, put out Red Steel 2 for Nintendo Wii. Same year, Square Enix put out Just Cause 2, or Just Cause.
Great.
Inflection matters, right? So, what'd you put out today? Well, we put it out just cause, too. So, 2012, Nintendo puts out Kid Icarus Uprising for 3DS in the US and UK.
Ooh.
All right.
Nice.
All right, there you go. Next hour, come back because we have a list of the day for you. Very excited about this one. Probably the one we've been most excited about on any Wednesday weekend of the week this week in March. We all know that what the PlayStation 3 is. We may have even played it, but here are 10 game consoles that you probably forgot ever existed, unless you're Sean, of course, because his pancreas knows everything, including how to make insulin, cotton candy. Also next hour, sports! It's on the way. Stick around with us. More Gaming Morning Show. Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, GamingMorningShow.tv.
All right, let's gather round to read the Moose Book. There was a mooster in Worcester. There's a moose loose about the hoose. Shake it loose in your hoose, that moose. I would call it a truce with the moose, maybe spruce up the hoose. Dr. Seuss writing about the hoose in which the moose shook loose an overused spruce. The moose that encountered a truck's caboose is the moose named Bruce. I'm loose, said the moose, Bruce, as he threw up a deuce. Fun fact, Bruce the moose actually starred in Footloose. Snitches get stitches like mooses get looses. Obtuse rubber goose, green moose, guava juices. Goose and moose called a truce over being loose around Bruce. A moose nuisance is a moosance. You better write about the moose, no excuse. Coming up on Gaming Morning Show, list of the day and sports. Find GMS on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and GamingMorningshow.tv. Time for hour number 2, right now.
Morning, gamer. Gaming Morning Show continues. It's the weekend of the week, the Wednesday show, March 23rd, 2022. Just having a conversation out there with all the people about the weekend of the week and how everyone's excited to celebrate Wednesday.
I thought he forgot about the weekend of the week thing.
Who does? Who would have forgotten about weekend of the week? The very common term applied to Wednesdays.
It doesn't make any sense.
Everyone's talking about it. We're coming up on GMS After Dark with Look It's Mike O. It is our weekly show that starts at 4:45 p.m. Pacific time. Now this week, Mike's going to have a fast food March Madness tournament because right now the NCAA tournaments are going on. However, that's a very cryptic tease in the chat. It doesn't say who your guests are, Mike.
You have to tune in to find out, or you can just listen right now because tonight we welcome food expert, food aficionado, the creme de la creme, the man about town, the food-erific Chris M.E. and none other than fast food expert, the man who knows it all. The man who some say McDonald's was named after. Quiet I Am Gaming. We'll also be there. You guys, his original screen name was McDonald's I Am Gaming, but he changed it because he didn't want to, get people confused.
It wasn't Quiet I Am McDonald'sing?
Nope. It's McDonald's I Am Gaming. Yeah.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
I'm gaming. That's how the original jingle was. It's crazy.
I remember it like it's yesterday. Quiet goes, it's true. It's all true. Every single word of it, chat. Yep. Would we ever lie?
I would never mislead you, chat, ever.
And he goes, and then they sued me into oblivion.
Oblivion's a nice place. I mean, if you don't mind dragons and stuff.
I love Oblivion this time of year.
It's a video game reference.
Nice. Brendan's here. Good morning to you, Brendan. Thank you for joining us on Gaming Morning Show. We are a morning radio show that plays games. And today we are asking you the question, well, the PlayStation 3 came out this day 15 years ago in a variety of places. So we're asking you, what is the best game that you've played in the last 15 years? We've heard Factorio. We've heard Minecraft. Factorio. And I mentioned A Way Out.
My favorite PlayStation 3 game was the Xbox 360.
Mike bought a PlayStation 3 and then got an Xbox 360 emulator.
It was weird. Yeah, I was like, wait a second. Why does it say Halo? What?
This whole time that everyone keeps talking about Halo being an Xbox exclusive, Mike's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I've been playing this on the Xbox or the PlayStation for years.
Quiet Eye Gaming says, that's such a hard question, but I had to pick just one. It would probably be the latest God of War.
The latest God of War is pretty good.
Is it a new God of War?
It's a soft reboot, so it is technically part of the same storyline as the old games, but they significantly changed the style of the game, and moved it into a new era of God of War.
Huh. Interesting. Brennan goes, yeah, sorry, Sony fans. I've never owned a PlayStation, so none of those games. Maybe Breath of the Wild? Maybe? Maybe.
God of War is what I really miss the most about PlayStation. Because I had a PS2 before I made the jump into the world of Sony. And I loved the holy heck out of God of War. And that's the one thing that I've always been like, man. So like, if it comes to PC, I will buy it like first, second. I don't care, unless it's the one with his kid. I've heard people don't like those ones as much. 'Cause that's just weird.
The God of War?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the good one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, if the pancreas says it, I'll listen to you.
If the pancreas says it. Whatever the pancreas wants.
Pancreas gets.
Almighty pancreas.
We get there.
Oh, I had it. I had it.
Gotta call it.
I thought you were talking to me. You said get there.
Because I could see the whole thing developing, and I'm like, oh yeah, Mike's gonna try to get that. Mike's gonna get there. So yeah, I was with Mike. And then you watch the replay, and yeah, you were swooping in, no problem.
Yeah, you were right there. You would have got it, hands down.
No, not again!
I stopped. I was like, ah! That's all I'm going to do for the rest of the match. I'm not going to try anything else other than to stop Sean from defending.
That's funny. Good morning to you, KJ. Happy birthday to you. Hope it is going well so far.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mrs. Does something with the Oregon government. That involves a lot of work. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Jack goes, hands down is Gone Home. Best game I have ever played ever in all of my life, except that one poker game in college against a sorority, but we can't talk about that here. You know,
I know where that's going.
I give Jack credit. I think Jack understands that if he puts the stuff that I'm not supposed to read at the end of the sentence, then I'm already too late and I can't about face, and then I have to finish it. So you've cracked the code, Jack. Cracked the code. Downs goes.
I still have so many questions about Jack. I thought Jack was a teacher, but then Jack makes other comments that makes me doubt your question. So I don't. Jack is a question.
Jack's in witness protection.
Oh, God. Okay, that makes sense.
So no one can actually know what Jack does or is. Downs goes GTA 5. Played that for PlayStation 3 as well. So it counts for both best game ever in the last 15 years and ties into our anniversary. So. Which I still have to laugh that GTA 5 has been on so many machines.
All of them. GTA 5, fun fact, originally released on the NES.
The Atari, the original Atari.
If I was being honest with you, GTA 5 is my favorite tube amusement device game.
Do you watch Rob Kovacs? Because you should. Because since you love the tube amusement device so much, he has his tube solo. I gotta ask him to change the name of it from tube solo to tube amusement device.
All right, because everyone to get their tube amusement devices.
It's kind of like.
I've just found that it's a lot easier to play my own tube amusement device than watch somebody else play with theirs. So.
Attention all passengers. Put away your hands.
Gone Home, fun fact, takes place in Portland.
Really?
Other fun fact, so does that show about the scary things on NBC.
Heroes?
Grimm.
Grimm. Yes.
That was filmed in Portland too.
I know.
All kinds of.
I used to love watching the show and being like, I know where that is. I know where that is.
That's the only reason we watched it. It took place in Portland. And it was cool seeing all the stuff.
They were in Southeast Portland all the time. Probably because Southeast Portland's like the weird part.
So.
I could see most of those creatures living in Southeast Portland.
That was a documentary.
Yeah, that's. You go on Hawthorne, you know all the. It's great.
If you scroll the credits.
For those of you that don't know, you should move there. Or visit, or eat.
If you scroll the credits of an episode of Grimm.
It's happened. It's happened
No,
again.
no, it didn't. No, it didn't. Nothing's happened. Don't worry about it. Okay.
I thought he was just being quiet.
So did I.
I thought he was quiet. He was gaming.
Quiet. I'm listening.
No, it was McDonald's. I am gaming. That's the answer. If you scroll the credits of Grimm, you'll see one of my friends' names. So you just have to watch an episode and then start sending me names, and I'll tell you which one they are.
Like, is it in every episode? Or...
A lot of them, yeah.
Okay. We're not going to tell you what episode or what name or what position. Just send Ryan lots of messages.
There was a doctor who was like a TA at the school I went to, Cairo School, who was also an actor and was in a couple episodes of Grimm. And it was really weird watching that show, not knowing that yet, and being like, "Hey, that's so and so, the TA for my class. What's he doing there?"
Whoa, I'm in space.
In space.
The funny story was he wasn't supposed to be an actor on the show. He just kind of showed up, and they're like, you say these words." And he's like, okay.
You read these lines.
What does this say? 6?
Since Sean and my wives are sisters, they went to the same high school. And we were watching a show one time, and my wife's like, "I think that's someone I went to high school with." And it was like the very first or second movie like this person was in, and now it's like actually been in more stuff. And she was like, "Huh, I didn't think I'd see this person in movies in their life." Lo and behold, there they are. It can happen to all of us, whether they're a TA or a classmate.
It can happen to you too.
In fact, if you send me the name of my friend who worked in Grimm, I'll get you a cameo in an upcoming production.
Of Grimm, which has been
Thank you. We're going to get news tomorrow. Variety's reporting that Grimm is being rebooted.
with the audience of Gaming Morning Show.
I mean, after our Hocus Pocus table read, I mean, there's no denying that we should probably have our own show. So.
I mean, at least if nobody else, at least Brendan, because Brendan's like a whiz, a voice whiz. Quiet was pretty good too.
Brendan, you should consider being an actor.
Quiet, I am voice gaming. Voice gaming? Okay.
We got list of the day next.
Was it set up to make a save from that direction?
That's what happens when you're not watching and then look at the screen and just drive. I literally did nothing except went forward. I'm gonna go over to the side.
I'm just gonna sit over here.
Like, I drive forward, I can't do it. I try to make a save, I knock Sean out of the way.
That game was kind of cursed from the beginning, so.
This is a mess.
The good news is you're on what level now of your Rocket Pass?
Not very many. Like 10.
You're almost there.
59 to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It is 7:28 West Coast time.
I'm on level 18. Never mind.
Yeah, look, you're almost there.
Closer.
It's 10:28 on the East Coast, and it is 2:28 for those watching GMS in the UK. I'm very tired. Last night, kid was up past 2 o'clock coughing.
I'm very tired. I'm dead.
I mean, didn't you just deal with a sick kid, Mike?
Sure did. That was exciting. It was Sunday night, last Sunday. I don't know. The nights all kind of go together once you're dealing with sick things. So I feel you, buddy. I feel your pain. It's not fun.
I'm very thankful that I have an ability to sleep, but completely sympathetic to those who have sleeping issues, because I don't know how I would do this if I was up till 2 in the morning every single night.
Hey, it's me.
We appreciate you, chat. Thank you for being here on this edition of Gaming Morning Show. It's time for our list. This comes your way of ScreenRant.com. We all know what the PS3 is. We may have even played it, but here are 10 game consoles that you probably forgot ever existed. Unless you're Sean, of course, because his pancreas knows everything. That's right, including how to make insulin in cotton candy.
From what kidney does Sean's gaming knowledge originate?
You know, sometimes I feel like Bob doesn't listen to us.
That's a trick question, Bob. Well, it's like one of those, hey, like a plane crashes on the U.S.-Canadian border. Where do you bury everyone dies. Where do you bury the survivors? So Bob's trying to do one of those. I'm on to you, Bob.
Correction. Sean's gaming knowledge actually originates from his pancreas, not his kidneys.
See? I'm on to you. You, Bob.
I like how Bob's fixing the record. For the record, I just want to claim it. It's from the very official. So nice work.
You're welcome.
The Atari Jaguar is number 10 on this list.
0.
This is 10 game consoles you probably forgot exist. June 2021, Keith Langston wrote it for ScreenRant.com. I actually do remember the Jaguar. I remember it being advertised, but it is like Atari's attempt to kind of get into the 64-bit game. In fact, they got this launched 3 years before the Nintendo 64. It just wasn't very good. So they used something called Tom and Jerry, two 32-bit chips, and the whole setup was considered apparently very difficult to program for. So as a result, the Jaguar did not have many games and went wayside.
9.
Number 9 is the Atari VCS. Atari itself crumbled into absolute obscurity since the Jaguar's demise in 1996. But in 2018, Atari decided to release another console using crowdfunding, the Atari VCS. You haven't heard of it for a reason. I don't think many people liked this. Pre-orders for the console opened up in 2018, but due to production issues and due to COVID-19, the initial backers didn't start receiving their consoles until late 2020 and earlier this year, which was last year.
VCS. VCS.
The hardware plays retro Atari games, streams movies, and has online connectivity with a digital storefront. And eventually, the developers will make games for it. Wink.
Wonderful.
you can actually pick up games at your CVS for the VCS. It's a pharmacy.
8. Number 8 is the Sega Saturn. Between Sega's massively successful Genesis and Mega Drive console and its swan song, the Dreamcast, the gaming giant released what they thought would be the future of gaming in the form of Sega Saturn. They believe that 2D platformers and arcade ports would continue to be the future of the gaming market, just as it was for Genesis and the SNES. However, Sony and Nintendo's fully 3D PlayStation and N64 quickly disproved their theory. Sega was then forced to deal with really crappy consoles that didn't play 3D games, so they said, never mind. You're welcome.
7.
Little 3DO. It's a Beach Boys console.
Yeah, I know. That's great.
I'm happy. These first two that I've gotten, I actually knew both of these. 3DO, my favorite part of this picture that they're using is there's a copy of Gex, which video game. Yeah. However, the 3DO company and the rights to it would be sold to different corporations who could all release their own devices that would play 3DO games. So Panasonic, Gold Star, Sanyo ended up making their own versions. In the North American market, the Panasonic model was the most common. This created a lot of moving parts. Game developers and others kind of got frustrated. In fact, 3DO company itself struggled to form a cohesive plan. Oh, and by the way, it cost $699 in 1993. This article says it's about $1,300 as of last year.
Good God.
It reminds me of when we found out the Saturn costs like an absurd amount of money too. So
6.
Number 6 is the 32X. Between the Genesis, Mega Drive, and the Dreamcast, there was the Saturn, but also the infamously bad 32X. Sega of Japan told the American office to start building a 32-bit add-on to the Genesis to help extend the console's lifespan, while the Japan office then went to work on the Saturn. And this would ultimately prove to be the beginning of the end for Sega as a console manufacturer. As they neared the completion of the 32X, they were told that it would launch almost simultaneously with Saturn's Japanese release. Knowing that the Saturn was just months away, developers refused to waste their time with the 32X, which in turn meant that nobody bought the now doomed device. Nothing to do on.
Huh.
5.
I find it weird that you can like make an add-on to a game console and make it 32. You know what I mean? Like you put all this work into these consoles and you're like, you got to get the new one. And it's like, or just plop this thing in it. Bizarre.
It's like when people tried to tape a PlayStation 2 to a PlayStation 3 to make it PlayStation 5.
5.
Same idea.
You have to put a plus between them, otherwise it doesn't work. Number 5 is Hyperscan. Mattel saw massive success in the gaming industry with 1979's Intellivision, which is actually going to get a reboot later this year. But in 2006, Mattel failed miserably with the Hyperscan. Premise was to combine video games with trading card games, leading to a very expensive gaming experience. Players would need to buy a game disc, but the only way to unlock a vast majority of each game was to own specific trading cards that you scan on the console to access levels, new characters, and special moves. It was riddled with problems ranging from long load times to botched games and really easily breakable hardware. They only released 5 games, and then the console was like, all right, I'm out.
Wow.
4.
Also, Intellivision getting a reboot last year.
Sure, why not, right?
Who knew? When Bandai and Namco were separated, Bandai went and hung out with Apple for a while. And they made the Pippin, the Apple Bandai Pippin. This was
Jordy's dog?
Yeah, exactly. Software was developed by Apple. Hardware was made by Bandai. It was meant to be a multimedia machine. You could browse the web, maybe play some video games. Only problem was many of the games that were released weren't games at all. Instead, it was like edutainment games, painting programs, and trivia. It was too educational, apparently.
Interesting.
It wouldn't be until Apple's App Store, writes the author, that gamers would see the true return of gaming to Apple devices.
3.
Number 3 is the Philips CDI. Speaking of multimedia machines, the 90s saw the debut of quite a few of these, and the CDI, released in 1991, actually had the potential for success. It had online capabilities well before other consoles, and instead of being filled with edutainment titles, it released some legitimate games such as Flashback, The Quest for Identity, Axis and Allies, and even exclusive titles in the Legend of Zelda franchise. They're notoriously bad compared to their Nintendo counterparts, but they existed. Despite low sales, the console received new games up until 1999, making it one of the longer-lasting systems of the 90s. Despite its long life, however, it estimated that only around 500,000 units were ever sold.
2.
Number 2 is the game Wave. In the 2000s, there was an untapped market in the gaming world. Conservative Christians. What? For years, media had been blaming societal disasters like Columbine on video game violence, and a heated debate was underway. Many ultra-conservative parents didn't want their children experiencing any type of violence or language whatsoever, which meant that most forms of gaming were off limits. Zappit Games decided to tap into this market by modifying cheap DVD players with basic gaming abilities. The consoles would play trivia games, puzzle games, world games, and a VeggieTales title that was designed to be a Christian Mario Party.
And the controllers were like TV remotes.
Yeah.
I like how they're individually have individual colors though. That's kind of cool.
1.
Last but not least, C64GS on 4. Ready? Break. This is the follow-up to the Commodore 64. It's 8-bit console. I had Atari-style sticks. Wow. Meaning that this is the NES equivalent console was trying to compete with Sega Genesis. It was too old. It was not for its time. There is also apparently a Commodore 64 Mini that was released in 2019. So, Commodore 64. A great lyric though in a Weird Al song, Commodore 64. So. There you go. There's your top 10 gaming consoles that were forgotten on this, the 15th anniversary of the PlayStation 3 being launched in the UK. Keith Anthony is here. Good morning to you. Thank you for being along with us for it. Quiet M Gaming said, I remember not selling very well, but I think it was super expensive. At the end of the day, it sounds like a couple of these were just like price prohibited. So, prohibitive? Yeah, something like that. I'm not surprised to see that now we have basically like, 3 manufacturers of consoles?
Yeah.
It's hard to get critical mass, I imagine. Jack goes, I remember the Pippin. How crazy is that? Can't remember to get my coffee I just made. I know a couple of Pippin games.
Coffee? What?
It'd be great if you had like a copy of one of your Pippin games. That would be pretty cool.
Get your Dunkin' coffee.
7:40. Let's see what Mike O is tracking at this hour.
Welcome back to the newsroom, folks. We want to tell you a story about an island in Maine that was known as the Island of Misfit Toys. Just kidding. This comes courtesy of the AP News. There's an island of misfit toys in the popular holiday classic. Now there is an island for unwanted and banned books too. The tiny library on Matanicus Island, which is 22 miles off the main coast, is on a mission to fill its shelves with books that have fallen out of favor elsewhere. From Entangle Makes 3, the story of 2 male penguins that raised a chick together, to classics like To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, and The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. All books are welcome, including those that have been banned or canceled in other parts of the country. Eva Murray recently returned from a trip to the mainland with a bunch of books, including The Tango Makes 3, which the American Library Association says is one of the most banned books in the country. We are buying banned books in order to publicly push back against the impetus to ban books. How many more times can we say the word ban? To say if you don't want it in your library, we want it in ours. Murray told the Bangor Daily News for years Islanders just traded books among themselves, but they decided to create a grassroots library.
The Bangor Daily News?
A donated storage shed. Wow. It expanded in 2020 to add a second shed for a children's library with help from a grant from the Stephen and Tabitha King Foundation. There's no librarian. Patrons borrow books using the honor system. Books are checked out by writing the book's name on it in a notebook. As the library grew, the island started to become the bookish equivalent of the Island Misfit Toys, the place where unwanted toys reside in the Christmas classic Rudolph. The emphasis on banned books does not seem to be controversial on Metanesis, the state's most remote and isolated community with only 100 year-round residents. We don't ban books, and that we welcome people's suggestions for books, Murray said. What a weird way to end. But yep, I like that. Cool. Minus the shed part. That part's kind of weird. But the fact that they're kind of taking the approach of, well, if you don't want them in your library, we'll take them. I think is really neat. Which also then brings up the other point. It's really stupid that we're banning books because stuff.
Knowledge.
God, it makes me so annoyed. Ugh.
I just think that the part that I don't never imagine, I guess, and this is the problem with A, history, and then B, fiction all coming to life, right? Is like, this sounds like something that's out of a Fahrenheit 451 thing, right? And you read that story 25 years ago, and you're like, this will never happen.
Or better yet, this is what happened in Nazi Germany.
Yeah, that's true, and that goes back to the history part.
Called Nazi Germany. Yeah. It makes me crazy that so I don't know if you know this, but Indiana is a very conservative state.
You've never mentioned that before.
Never. And it's been a big thing right now that our local library actually there have been in the job that I was in before, we worked with a judge who was on one of our boards, and he told us the thing that he was so annoyed that he had to go to all these community meetings, and the big thing that they're talking about was banning books. And there's a book about I'm sorry. We're blue, guys. Where it's about cross-dressers and just knowing who you are and enjoying what you do, and it's become this big issue where they're like, we need to get this pornography out of the library, and it's like, what are you talking about? And it baffles me. Why are we doing this? Why are we censoring books with ideas that have been around for generations? It's important to remember these books and all this stuff so it doesn't happen again. And it makes me nuts. However, what's great is there's a drag show that comes through here, or they do it once a month, and they actually had a community event, which I thought was phenomenal, which included reading a lot of these banned books to kids, and it was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. And there were so many angry people, but I was like, this is incredible. I love this. But oops. But yeah, it makes me so nuts. Because if you want to talk about the most pornographic book that there is, look no further than the Bible itself. But either way, who cares? Does it really affect you? No. Stop being a wiener. Stop being a douche mark. Okay? No one wants you to be the German system of money.
Hey, Sean.
Yes.
What was the name of that town in Maine that Mike was talking about a second ago? Was it Bangor?
Oh no, that was the Daily News. Bangor Daily News.
Get it? Ban. That's good.
Whoa, he jumped really crazy. These people need to stop jumping. That's against the rules.
Is it?
Yeah. You're not allowed to jump.
So you just get done giving us your discussion around banning books and why it's wrong, but now you want to ban jumping, huh?
Yeah. It's against the rules.
Was it Was it a risque jump that they were doing?
Yep. It made me feel uncomfortable and dirty. It's just. I mean, the one book they banned was about 2 male penguins that raised a chick together. What's bad about that? Literally nothing. Nothing.
Brendan goes, it's literally the same conversation people have been having about gay people for 25 years. Now with the new boogeyman. It's disgusting.
They were doing public comments because they're so. I will say I'm a small this much proud of. I want to call him his name. I keep saying Kelly Holcomb, who is a quarterback for the Browns, but Eric Holcomb, who's the governor of Indiana, who vetoed. So the Indiana state legislature they passed a bill that banned transgender athletes from playing in high school sports, and Governor Holcomb vetoed it. So, I mean, that's great because I for sure thought it was going to happen. But they did that, and that was wonderful. But it's crazy to me. They were doing public comments about it, and this one guy was, talking about how like a transgender girl goes in the bathroom because they're her pervert, and they look at each other's like genitals and blah 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 blah. And this one person was like, "Have you ever been to Wrigley Field when they had the troughs? Like, there's nothing more uncomfortable than that. I don't care what sex you call yourself. Can we ban trough bathrooms?" And I was like, "That's a great argument. Like, I wish everyone would use that." But it's just it's stupid. It's like Brendan said, it's the boogeyman. There's no reason to make it a thing, but we have to because I don't know, Marilyn Manson retired or something. Need something new to be angry about.
Jack said this is a comic book. There is a comic book store in Portland, and has an LGBT, or is LGBT, and just opened a kids corner, and that is awesome. Would gladly empty a wallet on some children's books from there.
If they walk in there, though, they're all gonna become gay or something, because that's how it happens, right, Indiana? If they touch you, you get transformed into something fabulous.
The governor vetoed the ban on transgender athletes. Also pointed out, this from Brendan, that they were trying to pass this because of 4 athletes, and said never have so much hate been directed towards such a small group.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Chris and me is here. Had said above about Sega Saturn had some cool games. Now adds. I had this conversation with my dad. If someone wanted to sneak in to look at you pee, they can already do that.
Do people also forget there are like stalls, and how difficult it would be for somebody to take a look at you while you're going to the bathroom? Like, and anyone can do that, really. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl or an elephant. Like, you just get in there and you see it. It doesn't happen.
I will admit,
I'm more concerned about, can we pass bills about washing your hands in the bathroom? Can we do that? Because that's gross.
I will admit,
wash your dang hands.
When I was at the Wrigley Troughs and the elephant was using it, did take up a lot of the trough space, though.
A lot of try. And then the trunk was flying everywhere. Not that trunk, but this trunk.
Not that trunk. I will admit, too, the elephant didn't understand that the troughs were just for number 1.
You know what? Downs makes the best point ever, though. There is the internet now. No one needs the sneak peeks. It's accurate.
It is now 7:51 on the West Coast. It is 10:51 for those watching GMS on the East Coast, and it is 2:51 for those in the UK. Wow, that was like the wolf version of the doodleedoos.
Is it a full moon?
I don't see the moon.
So are you howling at it?
The weather outside looks perfect, though.
The weather outside is weather.
The weather outside is perfect. Yesterday in sports, your Seattle Kraken, a 4-2 win at Arizona. Pull even in the win column with the Coyotes. 20, 38, and 6 now for the Kraken. However, your Calgary Flames, a 4-3 loss at home to San Jose. So here's your Western Conference standings. Avalanche 95 points, Flames 84. And then the Blues, Wild, Kings, and Oilers would qualify for the playoffs. Predators and Stars in the wild card hunt. Golden Knights just 1 point back of the Stars for the final playoff spot. Let's see, 64-ish games, 65. The Flames have played 63, so you're looking at about 20 games left. I will tell you this. If you've heard us talk a lot about, your favorite hockey teams, and you're not really into hockey, try to watch playoff hockey if you can. It's coming up in like May, June. You have a hefty goof. Guarantee you won't be disappointed.
True. Playoff hockey is fun.
Let's see. Ash Barty has retired at the age of 25. Number one tennis player in the world, less than 2 months after winning the Australian Open for her third Grand Slam titles, Grand Slam singles title. This is according to Associated Press. I'm so happy and I'm so ready. I just know at the moment in my heart, for me as a person, this is right. Barty said, her voice shaky at times during a 6-minute video posted on her Instagram account Wednesday in Australia.
I mean, why not, right? She's probably fairly set financially, so now enjoy your life.
It's going to go chase other dreams. So,
She always
Raphael,
wanted to do curling.
that would be awesome, but with a tennis racket.
Just keeps gouging the ground. What do you know? You can't use that.
Just trying to fan it sideways.
It's not moving. It's weird. All right. Well, there you go.
Slides a tennis ball down the curling lane.
I don't think that'll ever stop though.
Nope.
Just
She's
keep
terrible
rolling.
at curling.
Oh, this is kind of a sad story. Elnardo Webster, who I've never heard of till right now. This is a Jersey City, New Jersey Dateline. Is the person that the AP says put St. Peter's basketball on the map more than a half century ago when the Peacocks made it to the NIT semifinals in 1968. So Elnardo died at the age of 74. On Tuesday, was hospitalized with a heart issue. But this comes as St. Peter's, a number 15 seed in the NCAA men's basketball Division I tournament, is going into the Sweet 16. Huh. Could you imagine, like... I mean, I don't know, how invested Elnardo was in Peacocks basketball still, but that's so rough that the Peacocks are back in the stage of the tournament and Elnardo passed away. So,
what are the odds that the Peacocks are the reason for the heart problems? Got really excited. And
yeah. Well, maybe they'll win it for Elnardo Webster. That sometimes happens. So
it could. Too bad it's not Michigan.
Wrecked, Michigan. All right. Well, that is your sports.
Sports.
Bear seems to be in good spirits today.
You know why Bear's happy? Because the Mets won.
Did the Mets win?
Yes.
Bear?
Spoilers.
Correct.
Was that like a quieter Peanuts adult voice?
No, I was locking in my answer.
Yeah, he was wooing.
All right, everyone say goodbye to Bear and Sean. They gotta go do stuff.
Bye to Bear and Sean.
I need blinds that close in front of me too.
Well, weekend project.
This time we'll just.
Oh no! Oh no! Come back! Okay.
What the heck?
Oh, Sean.
That's something.
It's Gaming Morning Show. Thanks for being here. We'll come back with more. Next hour, we'll play some Google Feud.
Oh, good. So excited.
I've never seen Mike smile like that before. Just hides out of camera. We'll also have Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming Renews. We're wrapping up just a touch early today. We'll probably be off the air around 8:50, so stick around. The final hour of Gaming Morning Show comes your way next. Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and at gamingmorningshow.tv.
In a world where things are broken, Kiki Lo is in search of something.
I need a D that works.
There's the D searching in the universe because the D is currently broken, but we need a newer D. Where can she find it?
Where can I get a D from?
Maybe,
Who will give me the D?
Maybe there is somebody in the world that can help her. Maybe somebody who sings a song
That's how we do, baby!
Coming to video screens near you and on your telephone devices in 2022.
Sorry, Kiki.
Kiki Low and Superphonic in the Lost City of D.
Finally, the D, and it feels so good.
Only on Peacock.
Coming up on Gaming Morning Show, Community Games, Google Feud, and GMS Morning Gaming Renews. Get ready for your takeaways that were pretty okay, and the clip of the day. Follow us on Twitter at WatchGMS and join our Discord. Go to gms.watch and click on where to find GMS. Time for hour number 3. Right now.
Morning! Gamer, thanks for being along with us on this weekend of the week, Wednesday, March 23rd, 2022. Look, it's Myko, Hefty Goof. One more hour to go, and we look forward to it on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and at GamingMorningShow.tv. Tonight is GMS After Dark with Look, it's Myko, a March Madness fast food tournament with Quiet I Am Gaming and Chris and me. It starts at 4:45 p.m. Pacific time, so check that out on these same GMS platforms. And right now you can go to our YouTube page. Go to youtube.com/gamingmorningshow, and that is where you'll find all of our archive shows. You can watch some of our 5 Questions GMS interviews and more, including the GMS Plays Horizon Forbidden West episodes 1 through 11 are out now. This hour we'll tell you about 19 chicken nuggets that were eaten in 1 minute, and if that's a world record. National Melba Toast Day, National Puppy Day, National Chip and Dip Day, Atheist Day, World Maths Day, National Near Miss Day, National Tamale Day, National Chia Day, and World Meteorological Day.
Logical. Space.
Meteorological. Man, it's really hard. Meteorological. That wasn't bad.
No, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
That's what we are talking about on this edition of Gaming Morning Show, including the PlayStation 3 turning 15 years old in the UK. Europe and Australia. What's the best game you've played in the last 15 years, chat? We would love to know.
Hello to the Final Hour crew.
Final Hour crew is here in full effect. Chris M. Yee is here.
Mayor of the Internet, who is probably in the shower.
So is Hey It's Brendan _TTV ambassador of the Final Hour crew. Birthday celebrator DungeonMeowsterKJ is here as well. It is good to see you, KJ. Thanks for being with us. Quiet I Am Gaming, hanging out throughout the course of the morning. We've seen Jack. We've seen Kate Zaid. We have seen Drew Mega this morning, many others. We saw Faith watching on Facebook Gaming this morning. A whole bunch of great folks hanging out with us for this edition of Gaming Morning Show. And I couldn't be happier that Mike got reloaded on AOL minutes. So
It's true. I think I scratched the disc, though.
what happens when you do that? Are you able to get back on the internet?
You just got to blow on it.
And I don't know why I assumed that you were on AOL. I mean, you could have been using Excite.
What's that?
Or
it's all AOL. Excite doesn't send me free DVDs.
Or Netscape
Or
Navigator.
CDs or what Ds are called.
In all seriousness, have you ever seen the people who do AOL CD art?
Yes, it's ridiculous.
Mind-blowing.
Ridiculous.
The talent of people knows no end. Knows no end. Last night was up till 2. My son is not feeling well. Just went and saw him during the break. Doing better, but he's always better with a cold, like when you have a bad cough, when you're sitting upright. But when you lay down, that's like the worst.
I'm still there, and I don't know if it's just like lingering effects of the flu or if my allergies are kicking my butt or whatever it is. I don't even know. But yeah, like right now I'm fine. Like I'm coughing a little bit, but it's no big deal. But the other night I went to bed and I was just like, it was awful. And it's been like that every night. But I bought this like wedge pillow, and I've been using that with a couple of pillows, and I'm like, it keeps me up at a pretty good angle, and it's been much better. So
that's awesome.
Drainage.
I can sleep pretty okay still propped up, so I'm thankful for that, but nothing beats being able to just lay down on my stomach.
Yeah.
Are you a stomach sleeper, or do you sleep on your back?
All of the above.
Oh, so anything.
What my wife likes to say that I sleep via the tactic of the alligator death roll. So like I'll just I grab my sheet and then I'm like roll cocoon.
Yeah. I'm still so baffled too that you have your sheets untucked at the base of your bed.
What do you mean? What are you unbaffled about?
Listen,
why would you? Because you can't cocoon if your sheets. So first of all, number one, you can't cocoon. Number two, the wife and I both have separate sheets and blankets, so it would be weird to tuck them in.
I remember when we did that poll, and I learned that I am not in the majority for figuring out that apparently a lot of people like sleeping with their sheets untucked. So
I would take a picture of our bed, but I'm pretty sure my wife would kick me in the face.
Well, if you can, maybe when Lookit's wife is out of town or something. It'll be her secret.
I mean, to be fair, she doesn't Twitter, so she would know.
Yeah. I also, Gaming Morning Show has a TikTok that we're getting set to roll out. I was messing around in TikTok last night, and right before I went to bed, the first time, I was scrolling, and apparently there's like folks who like to do scary TikToks that like kind of outline, you know, stories of people in like the paranormal and stuff. And there was this one that, because TikTok can be like as little as like 15 seconds long, right? It can be even shorter.
Yeah.
There's this one where it's like talking about imaginary friends, and by the time that I got like done reading the little caption part in the introduction, there's a like little girl with her back to the camera, and then this face pokes around from the side, and it scared the crap out of me. And I'm out in the studio, and I have automatic lights, and just at that time, my automatic lights like hadn't detected me moving for long enough that they turned off. I was like, ah!
So you then pooped your pants.
I was not happy. Just not happy.
I love those TikToks. I think it's so awesome. I'm a horror fan. I like horror, and there's some really, really interesting TikTok things. My wife's always like, isn't TikTok just like nudie girls and shaking their butts? And I was like, no. I was like, I'm on TikTok and like weird TikTok, where it's like there's a lot of like paranormal people who tell you stories about like tombstones and murders. And there's this one lady I follow that does like celebrity autopsies and like breaks it down, and it's so interesting and fascinating. Like, huh, weird, huh.
Yeah, that was. I watched one about like people getting followed or something out on a bridge and whatnot, and that one was like suspenseful but interesting. This one was kind of more of a jump scare, and I was like, nope, that's my
not good.
I went to, I don't know, I don't remember what was after that. Probably business TikTok, I guess. So, anyway,
have you found dad talk yet?
Is that like
keep searching
dad TikToks?
No, it's on TikTok, but it's like mowing your lawn and the perfect grill and how to make 5-minute meals when your kids are annoying.
And socks
really,
and sandals.
Yeah, it is really funny. There's a lot. One night Megan was like, "What are you looking at?" And I was like, "Look, this guy's showing me how to do a really great, like how to get your lawn really good." And she was like, "What's that on?" I was like, "TikTok." And she was like, "What?" Yeah. It's great.
I just miss my friends' reels. That's all I want back. No more scary faces poking around the sides of people. And I want to know how they did that. Like, I'm assuming it was just like their other daughter, like peeking around, but it terrified the crap out of me.
Or it was a ghost. I will say our TikToks have been making me crack up lately. I was watching them last night and I was laughing so hard.
Yeah, if you want to get a head start, Gaming Morning Show is our handle on TikTok. And there's some stuff on there. Jack had to leave, said Mike O, wedge pillow for the win that helped me so much. What's the wedge pillow?
So it's a pillow. I'll take pictures when we're done. It's a pillow that's like a wedge, so it's like a triangle, right? And it goes up against your wall, but it's wedged up at like a I don't know. I want to say it's like a 30-degree angle, so it's not like extreme, but it like helps you to sit up while you're sleeping. So you're not getting the nasal drip or like I suffer from sleep apnea. So for me, like I haven't been able to use my CPAP machine because when I do lately, it makes the coughing and the sneezing worse.
Oh no.
So, but this keeps me propped up. So it helps to keep some of that stuff at bay. And it's just, it's wonderful. It's really, really great.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you had like a lingering cough going on.
Yeah. Well, the other day I was trying to do, because Brendan mentioned this before, about trying to get like a voice reel going. And I was like, all right, like I have some time now that I'm, looking for work, that I can make a reel. So like I do that kind of like deep, like I can't even do it right now. But I was trying to be like, oh, if I talk like slower and deeper, it sounds different, right? But like I can't even get my voice to go deep at this point because it's just so like,
oh no,
it's not, I used to be able to talk, and now I sound like Morgan Freeman. Down in the world, you look on hers.
Chris wants a tamale now.
What's for breakfast?
We do have a pretty good tamale place that's on our side of town. We get those every once in a while. They're pork. I like pork.
I like pork too. It's yummy.
Carnitas. KJ says, I will be eating tamales for brunch. And thank you, Chris, for the birthday wish. Yeah, I hope you have a great birthday, KJ. It's been a pleasure getting to know you over the last year. So yeah, Jack took off. Superphonic is now playing the role of Jack for the rest of the Final Hour crew. Good morning to you, Superphonic.
Hello, FHC.
KJ says, I really need a wedge pillow, but I am on the wait list for an ergonomic side sleeper version.
Ooh,
that sounds interesting. Quiet said, I've tried to use those before, wedge pillows, but it didn't feel good to me as a side sleeper. So maybe you and KJ got to get together and look for the one that's... for side sleepers.
The ergonomic side sleeper pillow.
Chris and me, Brendan is my favorite voice actor. Yeah, we were talking about you, Brendan, with the Hocus Pocus table read. You and Quiet shined that day.
They shoned real good.
They shoned. Yes, Mike, let's talk real soon. That's from Brendan.
Well, I need to get the vocals back. It makes me very sad that I can't can't get where I was. Hopefully it'll go away. Like I feel it like right here. And it's super, super annoying. Super duper. Pooper scooper.
Superphonic says, I wish I was a voice actor. Superphonic, you have all of the tools, so just connect with Brendan. I'm sure you'll be voice acting.
You have a voice, and you can read. So there you go.
And do impressions.
Just play the Lost City of D, and they'll be like, yep, hire him. Get him in here.
Is that Channing Tatum? I love that we're like everything's come full circle because we are seeing like I got emails for screenings of Lost City, and so I'm just like I kind of want to go, but when that movie is available like with clips and stuff that like I can mess around with, it'll be fun to like see if I can dub some of the Lost City of D trailer over the top of like Sandra Bullock's face.
That would be amazing.
GMS radio play is coming soon. That would be a blast. You know, actually with the rise of, you know, social audio, Twitter Spaces and Clubhouse and all that jazz, I'm sure actually there might be a place for radio plays again.
Well, I mean, there are a lot of audio dramas via podcast right now. And, I mean, they're fantastic to listen to. And I really think that, I think that there is a forum for that now. If you haven't ever heard it, Mission to Zizix is out there. I think it's XYXX. So Mission to Zizix is an audio drama, an audio comedy, I should say, and it's one of the funniest things I've ever listened to. And if you're into like, you want something while you're driving, or like chilling, but you don't want to like have to worry about watching something, Mission to Zizix is what you should watch or listen to because it's hilarious.
Yeah,
But kids. I think they're coming back.
The kids listen to something called Story Pirates, and what I really like about it is they take stories that are submitted from kids, and then they voice act them into real life. And I mean, listen, they're hilarious, absolutely hilarious. So, you know, I'm sure there's lots of ways that you could do stuff like that. A lot of this stuff is always just war of attrition, right? It just takes a long time to keep doing it, and eventually everything kind of falls into place. So Chris Emmy, Superphonic missing his cue is iconic now. Perhaps somebody who sings the song.
It's really cool.
Thank you, Chris Emmy, for hosting a Clip of the Year show. Thank you to Superphonic and Kiki Low for being part of the Lost City of one Clip of the Year. That was a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to next year as well. I believe this weekend should be a Clip ME as well, correct? 10 a.m. Saturday?
Accurate. I'll be asleep, so I'll have to catch the vibe.
So check it out. It's available to watch on Saturday on Chris ME's channel. Chris will also be streaming later tonight. We have a pretty good lineup, as you have GMS After Dark starting at 4:45 p.m. Pacific time. And then Chris is usually on around 6 p.m. Pacific time. Chris can be on the show, though, with Mike for a fast food March Madness tournament. Is this like a kind of a bracket challenge type thing?
Yes. So it's going to be a Sweet 16. We've already eliminated a bunch down to the Sweet 16. But it'll be great. We have multiple fast food places represented. We've got burger places, pizza places, coffee places. I actually did a fair bit of research for this one to figure out and kind of cross-reference who the top 16 would be. I looked at a whole bunch of lists to figure out who would fit in there, and I put together a list, and then our fast food expert Quiet I Am Gaming and our food aficionado Chris ME will battle it out to see who gets fast food superiority and who is crowned the fast food champion.
All right, let's play our community game,
Google Feud.
We'll do that right now on Gaming Morning Show. If you've never played this game, this is how this thing works. We're going to give you some things that are searched on the internet, right? They could be frequently searched or they could be infrequently. That's kind of what we have to figure out today. And what they're going to be is, for example, Noah's Ark gets 246,000 average monthly searches. And then we're going to ask you, hey, does YouTube get higher or lower that than a search? I don't understand why this game wasn't called More or Less. Because it's so hard to say, does YouTube get higher or lower searches than Noah's Ark, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
All right, semantics. So you would
They
say
paid
higher.
someone a lot of money to figure this out.
True. YouTube gets 1.68 billion. And then you're like, okay, well, that's cool. What about liposuction? Well, you're like, well, it gets less than YouTube. And before you know it, we're up to 2. And then it asks you, does Floyd Mayweather get higher or lower monthly searches than liposuction? And that's what you have to answer now, chat. Good luck.
Ridiculous. Floyd, pretty boy Floyd Mayweather, the guy who never thrown a punch in his boxing career. And is somehow still undefeated.
KJ was asking if we could play Pennywise.
We all float down here, KJ. Higher, higher.
Were you scared of it?
No. Not at all.
Keith Anthony is answering our what's for breakfast question.
Remember, if you're getting food, you must show and tell when you come back.
Had a nice cappuccino, roast beef, cheese, and coleslaw sandwich.
Interesting breakfast.
Coleslaw is moist cabbage.
I get the impression that we're going to go with higher. Floyd Mayweather gets
I'd say it's fair.
2.24 million searches on average. And we're up to 3 points. Congratulations. Now we're asking you, David Ick or Icky? Do you know who David Ick is?
Of course, everybody knows who David Ick is. He is an English conspiracy theorist and former footballer, soccer, and sports broadcaster. He's written over 20 books, self-published since the mid-90s, and spoken in more than 25 countries. Wait, what? Spoken in more than 25 countries? I'm assuming he's gone to 25 countries.
Brendan goes, I was scared of shower drains because of that movie. I'm assuming that's it. There's a reason to be scared of shower drains because of it?
I guess so.
Please don't tell me there's like a shower drain scene.
I'm assuming there is. Yeah, sink drains would be... There's a sink drain scene.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna stick to... Send me a link to the dad Twitter or dad TikTok. I want to watch that instead
you
of
just gotta go through there. Like, you just gotta get in the algorithm. That's all you gotta do.
Well, and that's what my wife was asking about. She's like, I never get scary TikTok. And I was like, well, it's because you might have established an algorithm. We're just starting with ours, so I don't think it knows what we want to watch yet.
There's a really great one where there's this guy who's in a battle with his neighbor, and his neighbor is a sweet older lady, but they mow the lawn, and like they see who gets there first, and makes the other one look worse. Because when you mow your front yard and your neighbor hasn't done theirs, if you're the neighbor, they're like, oh gosh, now I gotta mow my grass because my yard looks terrible. And it's really funny.
I've got a confession to make. That doesn't bother me.
It's out lower, by the way.
Oh, okay. Really? You think David Ick?
So.
It's good. Yeah, you'd be right. 165,000 compared to over 2 million. So.
Sorry, Ick.
That takes us to Bear.
Bear?
Kind of. Well, actually, the sign, if you look at it, it says Bear. We just found out today that Bear's primary sponsor is the aspirin company.
Can't believe that. Is it safe for bears to take aspirin?
Can bears take bear? KJ asks, It is the scary clown movie, right?
Correct.
The good news is, as long as you don't ever go by a sink drain or a shower drain or a sewer grate, you'll never be terrified of this movie. So, I'm guessing Bear Bear is going to have more than David.
Yeah.
Icky. In fact, I'm pretty sure Bear might be in more than 18 countries.
It's 2025.
Oh, did you say 25?
Yeah, 25.
I still stand by what I said, but yes.
I agree. I concur.
Wait. So Brenda goes, the older one, Tim Curry, was Pennywise?
Yeah, you know that?
Tim Curry hasn't done anything stupid, right?
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know, doesn't like trans people, right?
No, Tim he played a cross-dresser in Rocky Horror. Yeah,
thank goodness, because I think Tim Curry was Three Musketeers with Chris O'Donnell. I think Tim Curry is great.
He's wonderful.
Yeah, Tim, don't do anything stupid, please.
There's this wonderful, wonderful picture of him as Pennywise smoking a cigarette, but it's just so funny. And someone has a umbrella over him. It's hilarious. He's so.
Oh wait, I thought I saw that. Oh, and there was also the one that was because Bill Hader's in the second one, if not the first one, the newest versions, and it's Tim Hader making whoever's in Pennywise's costume laugh. So they're sitting on set. Did you see Pennywise be like?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Tim Curry was also in Muppet Treasure Island. Good call. All right. Looks like Hire's going to win this one. Narrowly, but 300,000. So this is now for our all-time high score, chat. This is where things get really serious. Okay.
Uh-oh. Is
it Bear at 301,000, or does KFC have higher or lower searches than Bear?
Oh, come on.
It's got to be higher, right?
It's got to be.
I mean, we established...
If it's lower, I'm leaving.
We established the other day at this hour when you were talking about the Australia 11-course menu or whatever experience with KFC Australia, that KFC is actually maybe of a higher quality in many other places. So, and all of that said, I actually really like KFC's chicken tenders. I used to love their extra crispy chicken, but it's so much greasier than I remember it now, and I don't like to eat it anymore.
See, people say oh, Taco Bell, if you need to get cleaned out, have Taco Bell. Where for me, it's if you want to get cleaned out, get KFC. That just runs right through you.
We had a story earlier this year about Japan, and immediately Brennan and Chris almost write the exact same thing. In Japan, they eat KFC for Christmas. Yeah, it's like Christmas Eve dinner. It's a tradition.
We've never seen Chris M.E. and Brendan in the same place.
They are the ambassadors, the Final Hour crew.
True.
So,
true.
All right, I think we have consensus. Higher for KFC. For the all-time new Google Feud record, this is like new Coke.
Google Feud.
5 million KFC average monthly searches, and we have set a new record. Now, we'll get harder. 5 million KFC searches. Does Illuminati have higher or lower searches than KFC?
Oh god. Yeah, I'm with Downs. This is a tough one. Just because there are so many nut jobs out there, I'm gonna agree with Quiet that it's lower, but I would not be shocked if it was higher.
I remember when in reading about a conspiracy theory could sometimes be a fun little departure from reality.
Yeah.
I don't feel that way anymore.
Nope. There's a lot of things that I thought were fun little departures from reality that now just scare the living bejimmies out of me.
The Denver airport is one of the best conspiracy theories, and it involves the Illuminati. But at this point, I just can't do it anymore.
No, and that's the thing, right? You'd be like, or the moon landing. You're like, that's funny. Now you're like, oh my god, please stop talking about it.
Chris M.E. says, we are the ambassador.
We are the ambassador.
Lower, everyone said this is a tough one. We have two lowers. I could see it being lower. 5 million's a lot. Like we had Floyd Mayweather with 2.5, right? So I'm gonna go lower. You disagree?
I'm with you. I think so.
Yeah, 1.8 million. So We're up to 7.
That's way too many.
We're up to 7 is our score. We have only fools and horses.
What?
Well, the sign in the background says BBC, so maybe this is a BBC show. Anyone from the UK able to help us? Only fools and horses. Higher or lower monthly average searches than Illuminati?
It is a sitcom based in the England town.
Quiet goes only what and what now?
Is this an ivermectin thing? What?
Isn't that the horse tranquilizer thing?
Sure is.
Or the dewormer?
Oh man,
Is it one
that's
of those? Yeah.
Chris. That's great. That is so great. I
Downs
kind of want to
goes,
get a T-shirt that says this.
Only Fool and Horse is so good, but the kids don't watch it.
I'm trying to figure out what the plot is, but like their Wikipedia page is really hard to follow.
In a world where there's a fool and a horse. All right, we're gonna go lower.
Yeah, cause what?
We're up to 8. Man, Sean's gonna be so upset that Sean missed our best new Google feud outing.
Oh man.
More or less for Great Wall of China versus Only Fools and Horses. I mean, isn't this just like an instant hire, right?
Yeah, this is. Yeah.
I want to wait to see if chat. I'll give chat one more time because yeah, okay. There's Kate more. It's got to be. Yeah, 450.
Chris says more.
All right, Great Wall of China, 450,000 average monthly searches. It's Rakuten, or Rakuten. I can't remember how you pronounce the online retailer. More or less average monthly searches than the Great Wall of China.
I don't know what Rakuten is, so I have no idea.
They sponsored the Golden State Warriors jerseys for a while, and Steph Curry was a spokesperson. But it's an online retailer. Maybe even like Surplus, maybe like the Big Lots of online shopping.
Oh,
maybe. I don't know that for a fact. Down says the story of Fools and Horses is a lovable wheeler dealer who's trying everything he can to become a millionaire. Usually trying to sell knockoff goods, but usually something goes wrong to sting him.
Here's a story about a lovable loser.
We're getting information. They tried to be the Japanese Amazon and are still trying to break into the U.S. market. Thank you, Chris.
Okay.
I'm going to go with less.
Sure, yeah, because I don't know.
Although Quiet said higher.
Quiet says they're a pretty big deal.
All right, we'll go higher. Oh! Quiet saved us. We're up to 10. We're up to 10.
I'm a little behind, so what's that? That's a lot of a million. Jeez, OP.
We might have to just stop playing.
Jiminy Crickets, The Wire. Ooh.
Now, The Wire was the HBO show, right?
Yeah. Conceivably, yes.
Is there
Even
any
though
other?
I don't recognize any of the people in that picture.
Well, they have to use stock images, and I'm guessing that it just uses metadata. So this could be a bad pull on their part, but
fair.
It's from Tim Pierce, is what the caption says. So
I love Tim Pierce. He's so great.
But my question is The Wire referring to anything else other than the TV show?
No, I assume it's the TV show.
Okay. All right, we have 14 seconds left. Higher or lower than Rakuten's 1 million monthly searches on The Wire?
Go higher.
All right, going higher from Look, it's Mike O. Wah, 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 wah. Ah! Sorry. Hey, look at that. We're in the top 10% for the first time in history on higher and lower.
Oh, I was like, why are you yelling? Commercial.
Yeah, sorry. Every time we lose, a commercial blasts my eardrums. So, I should probably mute that tab. Moment. Oh, Mike's going to be right back. But that means we have a chance to look behind Mike, off into that little corner. You can see him moving just a little bit if you stare really, really close.
It's Diego, the gaming morning show lizard.
And Mike's back. Welcome back.
Sorry. The dogs were eating something.
What was it?
I'm not really sure. I think it's leftovers from my daughter's leprechaun trap.
Yummy. Reminder, we're going to wrap up a little bit earlier, so we're going to get to the Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming Renews here in about 3 minutes, which means one last chance to check in with Look It's Mike O at this hour.
What is up, ladies and germs? This story came to us via Ben Hooper from Oopie, and the reason that we're talking about this is because I think Copia has a beef, a literal beef here, because a British competitive eater broke a Guinness World Record when she ate 19 chicken nuggets in 1 minute. Guinness World Record said Leah Shutkever from England's West Midlands broke the world record while backstage at the Guinness World Records Italian TV show Lo Show Die Record in Milan. Shutkever attempted to eat 20 nuggets in 1 minute, but only finished 19. Guinness says she ate a total of 12.42 ounces of chicken nugget, enough to take the record from Nella Zisser, who ate 10.51 ounces of chicken in 2020. Shutkever previously earned Guinness Records titles in the categories included fastest time to eat 3 mince pies, fastest time to eat 3 pickled eggs, fastest time to eat a muffin with no hands, most marshmallows eaten in 1 minute with no hands, most tomatoes eaten in 1 minute, and most chicken nuggets eaten in 3 minutes. I believe our good friend Copwine, the Copinator, Copia Neroni, should form a protest, because I think he did like 60 in 3 minutes. So Copia, I know you're not listening, but someone relay the message. Copia, this is your time to shine, buddy. Let's get Copia a record. I bet he could do 20. Let's do it, Copia. Back to you.
I don't know if this happened to Leah Shutkever, but that process that Copia went through to eat all those nuggets made Copia go to veganism or vegetarianism. So
that's fair. That's very, very fair.
I'm not exaggerating. As the legends told, that was the day. So
I don't know. I just think he could do it though, because he did it pretty well. Just saying.
I think the hardest part with competitive eating for me is having to like swallow quickly.
Cool.
Because I feel like I eat usually when we have chicken nuggets in this house, which probably happens more than we'd like to admit. I can usually get 6 done in pretty quick time, so I just have to basically triple that and do it in a minute. So I'll just casually stopwatch myself next time that we have chicken nuggets and just see kind of what my baseline is. So
can you record that? Because I really want to see Hefty Wife come in and be like, "What the hell are you doing?" Nothing.
It's content, huh? It's content.
Yeah. Have you ever tried to do any like competitive eating kind of things?
Well, no, because the only competitive eating I'm super familiar with is the hot dog thing on July 4th, and just watching them soak the buns in water. Oh, it makes my stomach.
We in 2008, the camp that I worked at, it was their 100th birthday, and we had a birthday celebration, and one of the things that we did was we had a hot dog eating contest, and it was awful. I was like, yeah, I'll do it, and I think I did like 3, because the bun, I was like, oh, the bun, the soggy bun is not good.
Not good at all.
Mike job number 4.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, what would be worse, doing that or
Yoo-hoo, the hot dog of chocolate milk.
I love Yoo-hoo.
So could you do a Yoo-hoo drinking contest?
No, because then I would vomit. You drink a lot of that, it just comes right back out.
Gross. All right, we got takeaways that were pretty okay. Clip of the day coming up in just a little bit. If you're watching on Twitch, we'll send you somewhere after the show. Right now, it's time for the Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming Renews. This is a recap of the video game headlines of the day. We do this every single show in the 6 o'clock hour. And if you go to our Instagram, Gaming Morning Show, you can see these as a reel after the show as well. So that is something, we do it in 60 seconds on Instagram and eventually on TikTok. So you can start following us there. They're Gaming Morning Show on both of those platforms. All right. Since Sean is gone and his pancreas is doing something else, let's turn to Vice video game expert. Here's Mike.
Yeah, in today's gaming morning news, we've got some pretty good things for you. Marcus, don't call me Martha Stewart from Game Informer, wants to tell you how you can win a Sonic the Hedgehog 2 Xbox Series S, complete with creepy, furry controllers. That's right. Microsoft has given away some cool and outright strange things in the past. They even have a Xbox Series X mini fridge, but now they're giving away a game console that looks like a ring, has a picture of Sonic and Knuckles on it, and it's accompanied by a pair of controllers that are fuzzy. One's red, one's blue, and oh my gosh, it's gross. After about a half hour of game time, when you have sweaty hands and Cheetos, they're just going to be awful. Like awful. So yeah, but you can go to their Twitter and you can do some stuff and try to get a really gross. It just makes my hands feel all tingly. Ryan Dinsdale from IGN tells us about EA jumping on the bandwagon with delaying games. That's right. It's the cool thing to do right now, is to delay your game for the future. PGA Tour, EA Sports, it's delayed in the game. PGA Tour has been delayed until 2023. First revealed about this time last year, EA revealed that the game's release date was being pushed back in November. And guess what? Now they're saying it's pushed back again. Officially, it's going to come in the spring of 2023. No reasons for the delay were given. They just didn't want to feel left out. So I think that's the thing. So if you want a new golf game, sucks for you. Finally, from Ryan Dinsdale, again from from IGN, he's telling us that PS5 is getting some new features. Refresh rate is arriving in the coming months. Sean can tell you what that means. I have no idea. I'm sure it's really exciting and fun. But they outlined a few new features in their blog post, and they confirmed that variable refresh rate with their VRR would arrive in the coming months. This means that users with HDMI 2.1 compatible TVs and PCs will experience smoother gameplay, sharper graphics, and reduced input lag. That's right, folks. Not only that, you can also talk to your PlayStation. You say, "Hey, PlayStation, order paper towels." It won't do anything. But you can say, "Hey, PlayStation, turn on only cans," and it'll fire it up for you. When creating a party for online chat, you can also now choose between an open party, meaning friends of party members can join without an invite, or a closed party, which means Joey's little brother can't get on the mic and start yelling at you. Lots of really cool things. I'm sure more will come out as the future goes, but for now, that's what you get. If you like playing video games and you're sick of what you got, well, guess what? Out today, we've got App 2 on the Xbox One and PC. Richie's Nightmares, sorry little guy, for the Xbox One and PS4. Bunny Memory on the Switch. Chippy on the Switch. A Place for the Unwilling on the Xboxes. Animal Shelter on your PC. Thunder Kid, Hunt for Robot Emperor, available on your old systems and the Switch. Shattered Pixel Dungeon on the PC, and again, another Mac release. Crazy. And in your most prestigious award for your gaming morning show things, segment within a segment within a segment, the name of the morning goes to the Pizza Delivery Boy who saved the world. Available on your Xboxes.
Please follow us on Twitter at WatchGMS. You can see all of the Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming News by going there. And when you do, you just search hashtag GMS Morning Gaming News, and you'll find all of these, which is great. DungeonMeowsterKJ taking off early, has a work meeting. So yes, hope you have a great birthday, a lovely day. The Paperboy Pizza Boy sequel or prequel or whatever we learned in the first hour. That's a great name.
It is. It is really quality. I was shocked that the Thunder Kid Hunt for the Robot Emperor wasn't the name of the morning, but then this one arrived, and it was incredible.
Get ready for your takeaways that were pretty okay. What is something you learned from today's gaming morning show? Our Billy Thundergun Award winner, I thought Jack had an excellent show.
Oh, absolutely.
Crushed it. Talked about a bookstore that was worth supporting. Talked about you changing Jack's life with a wedge pillow.
I think he was just agreeing that they were. It's wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah, I think RHS Jack, congratulations.
Billy Thundergun, Teammate of the Match Award.
You're out. I'm just kidding.
Jack, I thought you were lurking.
You're fired.
Are you getting yourself in trouble right now?
I hope so. Are the kids watching this, Jack? Hey kids. Hey class. Don't do drugs.
We're your
cool.
instructors. Look, it's Maiko
Your
and
instructor,
Hefty Goof.
look, it's Maiko, and that's Hefty Goof.
Hi. I'll teach you the maths. And how to say words.
You guys should hold a sit-in protest until you get tamales for lunch.
Tamale Day and World
And chips and dip.
Meteorological Day.
Yeah, talk about the weather.
All right, it's time for the clip of the day. Clip of the day. Clip of the day. Hey, look! It's the clip of the day. As well, I met Three Dinners, I think originally from like a Kiki Low stream back in the day, but Three Dinners has been around GMS often, and to Three Dinners. It's your birthday song. It isn't very long. Any other birthdays, chat? Or may we proceed?
It's this Kazoo's birthday.
Are you celebrating weekly birthdays with your Kazoo?
Daily, generally. Yeah, every day we're like, hey, happy birthday.
Sean became it.
I don't want it to be so big.
That's what he said.
Is Bear Bear gonna hold a balloon under a storm drain?
Wait, what?
That's for you, KJ, and dinner. There you go. We got you a balloon for your birthdays, KJ. And 3 dinners. There you go.
Oh my goodness.
It was Quiet Time Gaming who said, "Oh, we got our clip of the day." Sure did.
Sure was. Good job. The ESPN is strong with that one.
The good news too is it ties into my takeaway. That's pretty okay. But first, we start with yours, chat. What did you learn from today's show? And then we're going to send you over to Joy Eileen playing Stardew Valley. Here with a dream to lift the corners of your lips. Hope to help you feel cozy, welcomed, and at ease. Grab your blanket and get ready for relaxing games. Spilled coffee, and lots of cat snuggles.
It's true. She was my discovery person from Sunday.
Oh yeah,
Super cozy.
GMS Weekend Edition does a content discovery segment, so you can learn who our panelists and hosts and folks are watching. So check that out Sundays at 7 a.m. Pacific time on all of these same GMS platforms. Maiko, what did you learn on this gaming morning show today?
I learned that Atari is 1 for 3 on their gaming consoles.
That's true, yeah. We went down the road of some unknown gaming consoles.
Some really weird ones.
Yeah. Bob was a big fan of going to the pharmacy to get games.
VCS.
Chris M.E. says, my takeaway is I'm getting a tamale for lunch. Not bad. Not bad.
Nice.
On National Tamale Day. I learned that for some reason I can't say meteorological without throwing some sort of like righteous.
You gotta slow it down.
Meteorological Day. Meteorologist, and they do things around meteorological
meteors
news.
Yeah. They study meteors.
So, there you go. Please say good morning from GMS if you'd be so kind. Going to mature audiences with joy. For everyone who made it possible, I'm Hefty Goof. Woof. Have a good one. It's good to see you. I'm happy you got your minutes back with your AOL.
Me too.
For Mike, for Sean, for us, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Gaming Morning Show. Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter. Gaming Morning Show. That's TV.
Everybody get up, it's a party song.